I'm making a video today. It's Sunday, the 6th of May, and I'm kind of upset. I just had a young Mexican boy come up and start speaking to me in Spanish and expecting that I'm going to know Spanish. That's how far down the road we've gotten. And I'm not so sure that that was what it was all about either. The mother had a stroller and there was another kid, and they had their car parked like they don't even live around here. They just parked their truck up about a half a block away from my house, and then had the little kid run all the way across my lawn and start speaking to me in Spanish. I think they might have been just checking out, my house and stuff. And but it's just gotten ridiculous. Now they take it for granted that if Americans are going to be all speaking Spanish or something just for them, because they can't learn English. That really pisses me off. It was either that or, like I said, they were checking on my house. There's no business for them to park a half block away when they don't live around here and then run a baby carriage up and down the road with the two kids hanging on. And then as soon as the boy ran over to his mother, then she goes, "Oh, thank you," and she smiled, and it was like real funny, like it was some kind of joke, like just to see if I talked to him in Spanish or some crap. They should stay in their own neighborhood at the very least, and their own neighborhood doesn't seem to be, it should be someplace where they speak English or have the translator with them or something. That's ridiculous, coming to me and wanting me to speak, running up to me on my lawn and asking, that's crap. That's a bunch of crap. And a policeman might say, "Oh, well, you could learn it." Well, why don't you let them run up on your lawn and start talking to you in Spanish then, if you're so happy about it? Wait until one of them checks out your house and you're gone someday and you're missing a lot of your stuff, and then say, "Oh, well, it was all because I didn't learn." It doesn't matter if you learn Spanish or not. They don't have any business on your property anyway, whether they speak Spanish or not. Pisses the hell out of me, really does. But you know what? The other thing is about all this, I got to thinking, is that these people, these real elite, the people that don't work for a living per se, just go around bossing people around, the only work they do is to screw up the whole world economy and everything else. But they don't care about like if there was fights between blacks and whites or Mexicans and whites or Mexicans and blacks or any of that, because we're all slaves to them. They have the purse strings where they can make oil go from 10 cents or 15 cents a gallon all the way up to who knows what. Right now it's for $4 a gallon, and they're laughing and they're just. And then they get you both ways too, because they not only that is a hidden tax when they pump all this phony money. And Ron Paul's got it really best. He said they pump all this phony money into the economy, and so it's not real anyway. So nobody really knows what the price of stock should be anyway. I can tell you this though, it's way too high, because they're not well, it's not really representative of anything per se. Like, it's kind of like, okay, here's where I look at it. Say like Mobil, they buy all their own stock. Well, they can afford to buy their own stock, and they can keep putting the price of oil up, but that doesn't mean that that's really the right price for oil. It just means that they bought up their own stock and they keep raising the price. But that doesn't mean that that's what, like, say, the world price. Like, there's some places where they still sell gas for 17 cents a gallon, and that's where we have hit squads go in to try to quench those people, because they want to have their own independence. They don't want to have this greedy new world order crap that we got right now. And I don't see why I don't even see why the heads of newspapers would go along with this. It's just like I said about that cop. He probably said, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. They're just running up on your property, talking to you in Spanish. That's no harm." But then when they come up to you on your property and run up to you and start speaking in Spanish, and then it's no harm either then, right? Well, eventually you can kind of see where that's not such a great thing, or if you don't, you're blind. You don't know anything about real reality. Like on the ground, feet on the ground type reality. That kind of reality. So anyway, yeah, I'm in my 50s, my late 50s, and if I haven't seen a thing or two in my life, I don't know who has. I've seen all kinds of stuff. I've seen some of the baddest badasses out there. I actually had to fight with some of the biggest badasses out there, and I know what's out there, and that's what pisses me off because I see things all the time. I know what. I can watch an episode of Cops and tell you what's right or wrong about it, or any kind of stuff that you see, you think, with this, like people like Max Kaiser and Alex Jones, they really do know what they're talking about. There really is a new world order. There really are people that think we're all slaves to them, and then they can just jack up the prices any old way. And like I said, one way is through they tax us to death, and then they put phony money into the system, so they get us from both ends. They monetize the price of gas, so that's real high. It's inflation, and they say it's 2%, and it's not 2% it's not 2% at all. It's a lot higher than that. And so anyway, it really, after a while, it has a cumulative effect on me. Eventually I really start getting really pissed off about everything. But anyway, I just want people to understand that they're living the life of a slave and don't even realize it. And in a new world order, they don't care. They want you to be a slave. That's the whole idea. So just keep that in mind and have a nice day.